What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video on the Otis Daily YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a prediction. I don't normally do these sort of things, but I thought with it being such a big game coming up on Sunday, I thought I'd give some of my thoughts before it and some of the talking points that I've raised and your guys' opinions on it as well. So before we dive further into the video, if you haven't seen my previous video, it was a reaction to the game against Aberdeen. Of course, the result was not what we were all looking for, but to appreciate anyone that hasn't seen that one, go and show that video some love as well, and subscribe if you enjoy the videos around here for plenty more of them in the future. We're nearly at that 3k mark now. It would mean a lot if you could hit that sub button. So with Sunday being the Scottish League Cup final, or the Betfred Cup final as it's known as this time, as they are the main sponsor for it, Rangers are known for being the most successful team in Scotland with this one. We've won it 27 times so far compared to Celtic's only 18. Where pre-2012 is when we were last really successful with this, like the couple of seasons before it as well. We won it in the 2007-08 season, the 08-09 season we were runners-up, 09-10 we won it, and 010-11 season we won it as well. So we were doing really well in this pre-2012, and hopefully we can keep that form going over this Sunday and hopefully get a sort of streak back again. I remember that last final, 2010-11, when it was Rice won it through Balti Jelavic off the post. Oh, that was absolute scenes when that went in. But yeah, that was the last time we met Celtic in this cup final. One of the biggest talking points going into the final this time around is what team have the most pressure on them. See, there's pros and cons to each one, and you can, some will say them, some will say us, but the pressure comes from us, from the fans saying, right, we are the most successful club in the world and we want trophies, we expect trophies, and obviously just the thing that's on the players' backs right now and Gerrard's backs, from the board of course saying we expect trophies, we want you to go out and get trophies. Gerrard's been funded enough, you would say, go and get us a trophy. So hopefully that's what we can do, but that is the expectation that we've got. It's the first time that we've won a major trophy in how many years is the point of that. But then Celtic have the pressure as well of going into the favourites, or they will be the bookies' favourites, right? They're 8s in a row and trebles and all that. So they're going to be the bookies' favourites going into this. So their players and everything are going to be like, right, well, we expect to win this. Whereas Rangers are going to be going into this going, well, are Rangers going to be more hungry to win this because it is within their reach now, whereas Celtic are really used to winning trophies in recent years, which is pretty shit to say, but it is true. Their players, their mentality will be, we should just go out and win this again. So hopefully that works in our favour and the Rangers players come out more hungry. So I'm going to talk over some positions where there's some debate over who should be starting and why and all that stuff. So I'm going to start it off by talking about the centre pack. Try that again, shall I? I'm going to be starting this off by talking about the centre back pairing. Of course, currently the favourites look like Helander and Goldson, as it has been over the past however many games they've been in for now. But I put a poll on my Twitter as to what you guys think the centre back pairing should be, and here's the results of that. As you can see from the results here, we've got Goldson and Helander, 31%. The favourites coming in as Goldson and Katic at 34%, 30% thinking Katic and Helander, and 4% thinking an other. So it is really, really tight. So we've got so many opinions, and no one, like, it's not a clear decision who should be in. So you can imagine how hard it is for Gerrard to be deciding as well who is the one that, of course, seeing them in training day in and day out. Just to go over some of the comments here, we've got Bob saying Edmondson and Katic, and I did put a tweet about that the other day that caused some controversy, some agreeing, some disagreeing, but in my opinion, they two deserve a run, but I don't think they'll be in. I'll get into that in a minute though. We'll get Flat Earth Boy saying, I think Goldson and Katic as well. Katic and Edmondson saying Jude. Graham Palmer, he's in saying, no chance Stevie will change it before the final. Think he needs to change it up after Sunday though. That is a good point, and that's something I could see happening. Goldson and Katic from Governor Walker. Katic and Edmondson again from Dean, and one last one here, C_G Hipster. So imagine that he played Nico, and I believe that he's meant to say Big George, and we got pumped. This place would be an utter meltdown. He ain't changing it on Sunday, so make peace with it and support whoever he plays. So that is a good point, of course, to support whoever he plays. They're obviously going to be giving their best, but I think it will be Goldson and Katic. I would like to see Edmondson and Katic thrown straight in, but understandably, I think it will be Goldson and Katic. I think Katic would be good against their pace up front, because Helander, for all he's a great defender, if he gets caught out, which Celtic have plenty of pace up front, whoever they play up front's got pace. Then they've got Forrest and Christie, I believe it is, they play on each wing as well. And we've seen it against Aberdeen. Helander's pace was targeted by balls up and down that line. He does not like to be on the back foot chasing. He likes everything to be sharp in front of him, and that's not going to be a luxury that we're going to have against Celtic. So I think and I expect it to be Katic and Goldson going into Sunday. Now, I know there will be people as well saying, why is it Helander getting dropped and not Goldson? I mean, in my opinion, Helander's a better defender, but Goldson has more pace. Goldson has not been in form lately, but a month ago, like the start of the season, Goldson, he was solid, to be fair to him. But over the past few weeks, I think Helander and Goldson have started to look a bit shaky, so it really could be either one. But Katic and Goldson are tested together. They were one of the main reasons for a successful run in Europe, especially through the qualifiers last year. And yeah, they're well tested together, and I can see that being it. Moving into another place that's up for debate in the weekend, it's going to be the midfield three. Now, I'm sure everyone's presuming without any injuries, touch wood, that Jack and Davis will start a fit, and it's just that third spot that will be up for grabs. As you can see on screen again here, I've put another poll out for the midfielders, or who we think is most likely to be. The winner of that, Glenn Kamara, by a landslide at 76%. 6% thinking Aribo and 17% thinking Arfield. Just before I go over my thoughts, you can see, well, you've seen there from the little snippet I put in some people's comments, but just take over Bob's here. He said he would thinks Kamara will start because it's like strongest technically, but Arfield's improved in the last couple of matches, and I would love to see him running up against Brown in the middle with Brown in his pocket again. The good thing about Arfield in the middle, if he's on form, if we get that Arfield that we know we can have, is his aggression, his will to win. You know, he will literally happily give everything for that badge on that shirt, especially against them, because he is one of our own. So what Arfield turns up is the big debate, in my opinion. Do you play Arfield further forward? Because he could also play there. So for me, it would be Kamara. Would it be Kamara? Oh, I'm still so undecided at this point myself. But whoever it is that plays, we need the three of them to be on the top of their game. We need Jack to be smashing it into Brown, showing him his boss from minute one, not letting them get that cocky arrogance on as if he owns this game. We need to get in their faces, not like we done at the previous game at Ibrox, showed them far too much respect again. And as we have done at the two games last season at Ibrox, we show them if we get in their face, we're a match for them. We are more than a match for Celtic, and we can beat them. But this midfield will be crucial. So the third person, will it be Kamara? Will it be Arfield? I think that will be the main question, but I think it will be Kamara. Now, on to the final position that a lot of people will be humming and hawing about is the right wing spot. As you can see again here, the results are 62% of people thinking Stewart, 34% thinking, well, if Arfield doesn't start, maybe Arfield in the wing or Aribo, and only 4% thinking Ojo. So you can clearly see from that the fans, well, from my Twitter page anyway, don't want Ojo to be starting on that right wing. Some of the comments on this poll, we've got Andrew Bluebell saying Arfield for me, think his intelligence is his best asset for the killer ball, which of course he does have, but just a question of will he have enough pace up against that Celtic backline. And there's a lot of time I think we might be counter-attacking as well, or we will have counter-attack opportunities because Celtic aren't just going to sit in against us at hand, and we know that for sure. We've got Flat Earth Boy saying we'd have loved Jones to be fit, and Jones is someone that I'd have loved to have been fit. If Jones was fit, there would be no question for me. It would be Jones and Kent starting on the wings, absolutely no question about it. James saying Arfield for him. Greg Stewart says Bob, if Jones isn't available yet. And we've got, is that question, is it Arfield, Jones? I wish Jones was coming back fit for this one, but Greg Stewart is someone who I think could sneak into that right wing spot. I don't think Ojo starting. Personally, I don't want Ojo to start. Arfield, I would personally be starting with Greg Stewart at that right wing spot. He offers, I think, something different, and I think he deserves a shot when he's been on, and he's always had a good impact in the game. I think Arfield should be kept as an impact sub for if someone isn't performing to their best, or if we're not winning the midfield battle for fight, then Arfield's someone you can look to bring on. But for me, Greg Stewart would be starting if Jones wasn't fit, and if Jones was fit, I would throw him straight in, because I feel like he could do some major damage against that Celtic backline with the pace on each side. Now, of course, Morelos is going to be starting up front, and Kent will be on that left wing position, there's no doubt about that. So now we get to the saucy part, the actual prediction for the game. Neck on the line here, I'm going to come out and say 3-1 to Rangers. That is my prediction for this upcoming cup final. I believe that our players will want it more, at least I'd like to think so. Like, deep down in my heart, I believe that this will be a victory for us, and 3-1 is a scoreline that I am going to go with. So let me know what your guys' thoughts on what you think the team will be and what you would like the team to be down in the comments below, because that will be two different opinions, and what you think the score will be. But if you are still here at the end of the video, guys, I appreciate you watching it this far. Leave a like if you haven't already, subscribe if you haven't done so. We'll catch you in the next one, which will be a reaction to the final